Good morning, lovies. All right, Happy New Year. We are here in the new year. How's your New Year's Eve? Did you go out? Did you celebrate? Are you celebrating? All right, so today is the last day of the solstice journey, the 12 little intentions that I've burned. So this one, I don't have to burn the last one, but that's the one that I keep, that I work on for this year. So everything else is in my timeline. Everything else is already released into the universe. So this is my number 10. Of course it's this one. To grow my channel and seek my coven to become a community here with this channel. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Keep working on this for this year. Everything else that I have intentions for, I will keep working on. But this is a special one I'm supposed to work on. So that was interesting. Did you all do it with me? Have you done that before? Sorry, my eye's a little itchy. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. It was an interesting experiment, and we'll definitely do that again next year. Feels good. Feels good. I also got a message this morning from my stepdad that he finally told his side of the family about me reconnecting with my biological mother. So that means I can finally tag them and post pictures on my socials, and yeah, don't have to hide that stuff anymore. So yay, I can finally share all that stuff, which is amazing. Very blessed on this day to yeah, have a whole other family that I've yet to meet. I've met my mother, and I have a sister and a brother, and brother has a little girl, and yeah, I haven't met my stepdad's side of the family, but I know there's a lot of people I still have yet to meet, but it's exciting to see where this goes this next year. So alright, so I'm gonna do my moon card first. Let's see. What that tells me for today, for the new year. I feel like these are all going to be a glimpse or the start of I'm feeling this one. Oh, this is a good one for today. Trust. Sorry, focus, maybe? Anyway, kind of focus. It says, trust the universe has a plan for you. It's really good to pull that on today, because it does. It has a plan for you. It's got your back. It has your support. It's open to all the things you deserve, you love, all the things you want. You just have to believe in yourself, believe in whatever you want to call it, whatever your higher being is. I like to say universe, whatever is bigger than you, whatever you believe in. Just trust in that, trust in you, and everything will open up for you. Okay, my self-care deck. Tune out. So, switch off the news cycle and churn of social media. The world will keep turning without you tuning in. Hit do not disturb on your phone. Now, that is something that I did on my 2 days off, as I had my do not disturb on my phone, and it was really nice not to be distracted, to get the alerts on my watch, to have all that stuff come up for notifications that I don't really need to see and be distracted by. Just be in the moment. So that's a good one. I challenge you to do one day of that, or just a couple hours of do not disturb on your phone. You can set a timer for when it comes back, when it goes off, but just spend the time and see where it takes you. Oh, okay, this one just flipped over. Justice. So let me see. Okay, justice. That's in. All right, let me just see here. Justice, justice, chariot. I think it's on the latter side. Yes, 11. Okay, so 4 times for me on this. Okay. Keywords: balance, integrity, harmony, right action, equilibrium. You might expect justice is the card right and wrong, or right action and the repercussions of our actions. It can symbolize the structure around this in our society, such as the law, but on a deeper level, it speaks of our ethics and morality. The need to act with integrity and honesty. It symbolizes impartially fairness, balance, and objectivity. The need to act from our head, not from our heart. Principles of social or legal justice are more correctly ruled by the emperor, whereas the justice card represents a kind of cosmic equilibrium. The forces which keep the universe in balance, as well as our individual lives. This can be a card of karma, of accepting that all of your choices and actions have consequences, and that even if they are unintended, they are still our responsibility. This can be a liberating process, as it frees us from constantly repeating the same life patterns until we have learned the lessons of the past behavior, and justice brings us to an awareness that our apparent free will is shaped by our past actions. Justice doesn't simply ask that we balance all the dualities and contradictions within us, but accept that each has something to teach us. We need to listen and to accept all viewpoints, to acknowledge them as equally valid. The objectivity of justice helps us to understand the ups and downs of the wheel of fortune and to bring those extremes into harmony. So in a reading, the appearance of the Justice card may indicate the need to make a decision, or perhaps to consider the causes and effects of your actions. It indicates a need to take responsibility and act with integrity, doing what we know to be right rather than what is easy. When we see the Justice card, we need to consider how to honor our contradictions and bring ourselves into harmony. This leaves it a little easier said than done sometimes with certain things. I've still been thinking a lot about my job, and yes, there are things that I don't like to do, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not about me. It's about them. It's about the residents, and I'm cooking for them, and that's really all that matters. So I just need to get tips and help with stuff I'm not comfortable with, so I can get more comfortable with it. And just, even though I don't like cooking large portions of meat, it's something that I have to do for my job, and I really love the people there and friends I've made and connections I'm getting, and I'm learning so much. So I'm going to stick it out for a little while longer and see where it takes me, see where I grow. Because you don't grow unless you're uncomfortable, right? You're not in your comfort zone. So this one fell out when I was shuffling just a little bit ago too. It's the 10 of Swords. They're like little rabbits and pandas, and they look like little ice cream scoops. Well, let's see what this one says. 10 of Swords. That is 8 times for me. Okay. The Ten of Swords shows the end of the cycle, often illustrated by a figure. Okay. Okay, in the traditional deck, it's the figure has all the 10 swords in their back. But this one is just in each little dude. So, one of the meanings for this card can be having a victim mentality, believing that everything is against you in a rather dramatic way. However, the regeneration of the 10 is also shown with lightning sky of new dawn often showing beyond the figure. There's a need to accept and release the past, to let go of the patterns of thinking which keep you pinned down. So that's, I think, what this picture is these swords are keeping your old patterns pinned down. So when you let go of those, you clear the way for a new beginning. The Ten of Swords can show a time of gathering and replenishing your energies, of recommitting to your path. It can also mean taking your ideas out into the world, teaching or sharing them with others, which is, of course, isn't also a kind of release. So it's about accepting and releasing the past, to let go of the old patterns of thinking which keep you locked down, keep you pinned down. So when you release those patterns, you take out the swords, and it releases you to be able to regenerate with a new dawn. Accept and release the past. That's a mouthful, but a noble quest for sure to do. Okay, I'm gonna do one from the traditional deck, and then the new one I have. So go. Ooh. Sorry, try not to bump the tripod there. Okay, let me pick one. Which one? Five of Cups. Don't know if I've had that one before. Four times. Okay. The shifts and changes of the fives in the feeling realm of the cups can mean feeling loss or regret and needing to acknowledge the painful emotions in order to begin the healing process. This kind of piggybacks on accepting and releasing the past, I feel. Like the Five of Cups can indicate a time of grief or disappointment, of feeling let down or hurt by someone that we cared about, and needing to take the time to process the experience. It's important not to repress or ignore difficult feelings, or they have a tendency to reappear in a much more destructive form. On the other hand, this card also counsels against spending too much time wallowing in self-pity or blaming others for what has happened to you. And I can also say blaming yourself for what has happened to you, because this is not your fault. Only you can make the choice to move on, and this card affirms that the time will come and that negative feelings do not define you. So that's a lot of that's more of the shadow work. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of a heavy one. The Hermit. Let's see, what number is that? 9. Okay. I have never drawn this card, so this is first for me. New Year's Day, let's see what that says. Keywords: solitude, inner wisdom, truth, patience, experience. The Hermit card shows a mature figure carrying a lamp, which symbolizes inner wisdom and the knowledge we have built up with our life experience, which we can now use to light our way. Oh, I like that. The Hermit is a contemplative figure who looks inwards and reflects on his own knowledge in order to find the way forward. He is not in a rush and knows that true wisdom takes time. In fact, the Hermit also symbolizes the past and old age, the power of time to bring change and growth. After the worldly cards of the first stages of the Fool's journey, now the Hermit asks us to draw on our inner strength and look within, to explore our own unconscious minds, to figure out what is most meaningful to us, and use that awareness to guide our choices. That was the focus on my cards yesterday, was find out what's most meaningful to you and focus on that. He holds his lamp in his right hand, symbolizing the conscious awareness of our inner wisdom. The Hermit symbolizes humility before a higher power, and he knows that the more he learns, the more he realizes he doesn't know. The more he learns, the more questions, right? The more discovery. The Hermit is another powerful and deep-rooted archetype, and throughout history, people have withdrawn from society in order to contemplate the greater mysteries. Like the medieval hermit living in a cave or the woods, on a symbolic level, the Hermit represents the idea that by withdrawing from the demands and concerns of the outer world, we can connect more deeply in our inner world. The Hermit asks us to consider where we are focusing our attention and energy, and whether it is truly worth our time. Yeah, asks us to consider where we are focusing our attention and energy. Where do you spend your attention? Where do you spend your energy? Where do you spend your time? And is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? When the Hermit appears in a reading, he indicates a time of quiet, calm introspection, even solitude. You are likely to be seeking something, perhaps a greater understanding of your life so far or your future path, or simply a deeper awareness of your place in the universe. It may also be a time to reevaluate your priorities, values, and goals, especially if they are not allowing you to grow. Yeah, so that's taking time looking inwards to evaluate your priorities and your goals, and what do you really value? How do you spend your time? How do you spend your energy? Is it filling your cup? Is it filling you up? Does it bring you joy? Alright, I'm going to do one from my new deck. My shiny deck. Shiny. Okay, just gonna shuffle these a little bit. I love these forest videos of music. There's like the one I'm watching, the music. There's like birds and butterflies and houses and a little inside the forest. They're like little cottages, but they're all lit up, and it's, I don't know, it's pretty. Okay. Let's see. How are you feeling for New Year's today? Queen of Swords. Let's see. is 7 times for me in this one. Honest and astute, the Queen of Swords tells it like it is, doesn't flinch from the truth. Ideally, she transforms sorrow into wisdom by applying her powerful intellect to her emotional experiences, finding a sense of perspective and an ability to see the bigger picture. Her experience meeting the ups and downs of life has brought resilience and courage, as well as empathy for others and a heart connection, which is not always present in the sword cards. She is able to use logic and reason to quash any self-doubts or confused thinking, and to help others do the same. She is quick-witted and has a love of ideas, along with the maturity to develop them fully and share her understanding and wisdom with others. The Queen of Swords makes decisions quickly and with compassion and lives by her ideals. Okay. Okay, I was shuffling these. I picked... Okay, a couple of them turned over, so I am going to do these 2 cards and then probably wrap that up. So, first is the Page of Swords. So, I went from the Queen to the Page. So, let's see that one. It's also 7 times for me. Okay. The Page of Swords is setting out on a journey to gain knowledge of himself and the world around him, to understand the world and his place in it. He is determined, self-willed, and perhaps somewhat detached, not quite ready to form close relationships with others yet. Instead, he is keen to make his own way, to be allowed to make his own mistakes if necessary. He's exploring his ideas, concepts, and seeking his own truth. Very important step. Seeking your truth. Using his intellect and powers of his mind in quite an abstract way. He doesn't yet have the life experience to do otherwise. When the Page of Swords appears, you are likely to be practicing using your mental energy and ability to communicate with others. This card can symbolize messages and new ideas which bring a new level of awareness, perhaps studying or learning something new which expands your horizons. I feel like I'm always working on something new. And expanding my knowledge. So my husband has a lot of books from Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I've always been a fan. He's a brilliant mind from of science, and we got tickets in for June next year to go see him talk. It's gonna be cool, exciting. So I am reading. I just started reading Astrophysics for. Oh, what was it called? Oh, I can't think of it now. It's a book about explaining the universe in a more simplified way. For those who don't want to read, big textbooks of science to understand, but who still want to reach the cosmos of understanding. So I want to read. We have three books in that same realm, and then I have a video that I found, which was from Nova, called the Elegant Universe, and I started watching it, and I need to read a little bit more because it's a lot over my head, talking about string theory and all this stuff. So I want to educate myself so I can not feel so lost when I go to see him, because he's a brilliant mind, and I just want to learn more about it. So anyway, the last card, I've drawn this card I think 3 times this week, or was it yesterday I drew the devil too again? So again, these cards look intimidating, but there's always a hidden, well, not hidden, deeper meaning, but it's 15. Let's see. There we go. So I've only done this one 3 times, so this is 4th for me. The Devil and the Death are both very good cards. Keywords: power, bondage, freedom, materialism. The Devil is another card which you may find challenging, with its often unsettling images of a horned figure presiding over 2 figures in chains. However, look closer and you'll see the chains are loose, and the figures could remove them if they chose. Whilst this card can indicate a feeling trapped or controlled, it also shows us that we have the ability to break our bonds. You have the ability to break your bonds of your old habits, of your old patterns, of your old ways of thinking, to grow and break free of the things that hold you back. And don't be scared to change, to heal, to grow yourself. Often the Devil symbolizes our shadow side, the parts of ourselves that we prefer to deny or ignore. We may be overly concerned with appearances or social status, with things that are not really meaningful and which take our power away from our spiritual growth. The Devil symbolizes not only to focus on the material and meaningless, but also the illusion that nothing exists beyond that, the denial of gifts and mysteries of spirit. The illusions of the material realm limit and restrict us and can become addictions in some extreme cases. They do not bring true satisfaction, and so we keep going, thinking that the next shiny thing will be the one that finally makes us happy. But once we acknowledge these feelings and the futility of this quest, we are released and can use the energy we reclaim for something genuinely meaningful. Like the Death card, facing our fears and challenges here is a powerful experience, one that can transform us deeply. The Devil card signifies the life force which we lock away in our shadow side or unconscious mind, and the ability to unlock it. So in a reading, the Devil asks us to look to our power and where we give it away. It may indicate that we are too caught up in the material and are neglecting our deeper self, or that we are ignoring our true self in an attempt to conform to the expectations of others. Either way, we are called to break our bonds and release our power. Get back in touch with your true self and what's really meaningful to you. So that was kind of a heavy spread for New Year's, but stuff to work on, that's for sure. I wish you a blessed new year, and keep growing, keep connecting, keep working on yourself. And the people in your life. Keep that going. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy New Year's. And until tomorrow, lovies.